Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a reading for Geminis. Obviously take it how it resonates. There will be elements in here that will apply to all signs, but primarily this will be for Geminis. Just a reminder, please don't get scammed, only make contact by the website. Don't forget to like if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more, okay? You get notified. I do shorter readings and updates on TikTok if you have a bit less time. And the first message I got was around aloneness, okay? So, and the words were badge of honor, and the feeling behind it is, well, I need to master being on my own. So I'm going to have this time in my life where I'm on my own, and it's really important to me, and I want to get this right. I want to have this better relationship with myself. The problem with that is, it's not a problem because we all need to do it. It's like a rite of passage, I believe, to have some mastery over that. But the first card I drew here really is saying, you know, this is the Nine of Swords. It's like we can do this too much and just end up isolated. And usually this will come from childhood, all right? So if we use this as a coping mechanism as a child, then we will end up isolating ourselves from people and have too much time alone. And it does become a badge of honor. And it's like a, you know, almost like martyrdom, you know, because we're half dead. But actually, if we do too much of that, it's damaging and it slows down our progress. So the message there from Spirit is, don't slow down too much. The next message was reaching out. So it's important to reach out for help with people that, you know, are a good match for you at this time. So however that works for you, there'll be whether it's online or in person, in social settings, whatever it is, reach out to people that are going to be good for you and recognize that you've done a lot of work recently, and you know, just taking those few steps, even if it feels difficult, is actually going to lead you to a lot of fulfillment by being around people that are a good match for you based on your new energy. All right, so really important. 10 of Pentacles there reflecting that. This is where you're going to end up. So don't lose hope, don't lose faith. Trust and faith are really important at this time, particularly in Leo season, and in the height of summer with all these changes that we're going through in the Northern Hemisphere. I know it's not the same for you guys in the Southern Hemisphere, but they're saying that the result of you doing this is you're going to feel much more nurtured and supported, not just by yourself, but by others in terms of how you view yourself and think about yourself. All right, so this Queen energy really coming in. So what came out straight away after this was actually the King of Wands. So you're leading with your actions. All right, so again, the really strong message saying if you do this, you're really going to benefit from it. But Spirit's saying you've got to lift your finger, you've got to pull your thumb out your ass basically and take that step, but it's going to be worth it. There's also a message about something about the bridge, and you're about to, or you've just stepped onto a bridge, and whatever that looks like to you, and you know that you want to get to the other side. You can kind of see at least a little bit of what's there. It's a bit scary, but you know you've got to do it. And with that, the message is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so there's going to be a blessing in terms of how you feel once you make your way across this bridge. All right, and you're already starting to feel it actually. So there's great value in what you're doing here. Okay, massive change in your life, whatever that looks like for you. But you're going from one, you know, you have to go from one side to the other. You have to actually take the steps. And as Geminis, we love to be in our thoughts. We love to be in the clouds. It's almost like this bridge is in the clouds, right? And, you know, we like hanging out there because it's easier. But it's like, well, you know, sometimes a bit more efforting actually is going to go a long way. So it's very worthwhile. There was also a message about daisies, and some kind of setting you're going to end up in where you're going to be enjoying the daisies, whatever that looks like. Maybe making a daisy chain or something like that. It's almost like you're in a meadow or something, but this is a result of the work that you've been doing. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune's coming out here, so the wheel is turning for you. All right, so you are transitioning into a different part of the wheel now, and it's bringing different opportunities for you. You're stepping out of the time of being very much focused on your thinking or overthinking, and the mind being, you know, used not in the healthiest way sometimes, where you're doing too much of that. It's too in the mind. And the Wheel of Fortune saying, right, okay, it's time to shift now. The next message was no more fantasy. So there's definitely been this feeling of and perspective around life and around things that you want to do, places you want to go, connections you want to make, and some of it has been too in the fantasy. And the next card that's coming here is justice, which is basically saying, okay, you know, there is a just outcome, you know, as a result of the work that you're doing, even though it's hard. So you're stepping away from fantasy now in terms of this just decision in the mind, and you're stepping much more into a space of living rather than just thinking and just being trapped in your mind, trapped in your thoughts. You know, that Nine of Swords was really saying just how much you've been in that space. And then as a result of this, Page of Pentacles, so a new start with money, an opportunity. Okay, so this is a result of your changed energy. So Gemini, you know, that's I think that's really positive overall. It's not been easy, but you know, take the message from Spirit as well is take the opportunities while they're being presented to you. You know, and soften your focus as to how things are going to unfold. Don't be too, you know, you've got great intuition, right? You're developing your intuition as well, but don't be too fixated on the outcome. Just let Spirit worry about that, and just hold the energy, hold it in your field as potentials and the way you would like things to be. So it's like I said in one of the other videos, it's like hold and let go. Be in that space of hold and let go as much as you can every day. Hold and let go, and keep doing that. And that's going to make it easier for you as you go along. So this card keeps coming out. Every journey starts with a single step. I love this card. You see how her bags are packed, you know, she's ready, she's got a new energy about her. And is that a 12? Yeah. So a 3 comes down to a 3. So family, belonging, connection, you're finding these new connections and a sense of belonging and meaningful connection with other people. But it's because you've taken that first step, all right? So don't underestimate the power of taking that first step. Really good. So I'm just thinking, Gemini, if there's anything else that's going to be of value to you. I'm called to pull a card from these Sacred Mirrors cards because I'm getting the sense that many of us are going through some pretty big changes in terms of the physical body, and we're having to let go and shed a lot, and some of that is really hard to do. So I'm just going to pull a couple of cards here. So the first one, I'm not going to show the front of it because it's a female body and YouTube probably will ban that. So I'll just show you the back of it. So it's Asian woman, skin, largest organ of the physical anatomy, details our individuality. Inner systems exist similarly in all people regardless of race or sex. Skin makes our differences obvious, identifying self as other races and sexes. Feeling prejudices and sympathies arise, integrating with our collective human family. Almond-eyed yellow queen with straight black mane, phoenix power of the Orient, reflects on your history, imagine your future, and reflection is yin. So this speaks to me about connection with new people, perhaps a race or sex that's different to what you would normally do, what you normally connect with. But there's actually an appreciation and a reverence of the differences of bodies, and that actually on many levels we're all the same, you know. And it's saying, so what this is saying is don't be afraid of making these connections, perhaps in ways that you wouldn't normally or wouldn't expect to do. You know, this year there's definitely big themes about that, is doing what hasn't been done before and branching out into areas and connections that, you know, where you just wouldn't have gone before. So great power in what you're doing. Yeah, so I hope that reading was helpful, Gemini. A lot of messages in there. If you've got any questions or comments, then just pop them in below, or reach out to me on the website, okay? So, all right, have a beautiful day, and I'll catch you on the next one.